Hello, and welcome to another week of the Abuse Cartoons live stream from home. So it's a modified setup. So thanks for joining me, and sorry about last week. That was pretty brutal. So this is the same tablet that I had last week that I was pointing a camera at. But this time I've got the video out going into the streaming software. So it should be a little bit better. And the microphone's in a different place, so let me know how the sound quality is, if it's a little echo or distant or noisy or whatever. Oh, cool. Hey, K5. Hey, Plexus. Nice to see you. But yeah, a little bit more normal setup this week, but still, yeah, not what I used to have. So we'll see. We'll see how close we can get to that by working from home. But yeah, so it's been a long week. Oh, cool. But nice. Screen cap. But yeah, so this is more of the same. So it's good to see people. Hope everyone is doing well and safe. I got news that a friend of mine went home sick from work with a high fever. So I'm worried. He's in the New England area now, so I hope he's doing okay. But things don't seem to be slowing down either in America or Japan. So we'll see how long this lasts. Nice. So I'm gonna just play around with this and get back used to this pen. It's a little bit different. Yeah, that's scary. I hope it's just a regular flu. And he's a long-time smoker, too. Hey, Joe. How's it going? But what's going on here? Oh, my batteries aren't dying. Maybe that is the case. Oh, shit. No, there we go. Okay, yeah, my keyboard just turned itself off. Choco Taco. Nice. Choco Taco? Choco Taco? I only know that as the actual snack. They're chocolate tacos. Oh, let me get this other keyboard out of the way. Yeah, let me know if the sound or anything is strange or isn't working. I think otherwise everything else should be pretty normal. Except for this pen. But yeah, and sorry, there's no alternate camera right now. I do have my 3D printer set up, but I need a new hot end for it. I think I'm all clogged up. I'm getting it's not feeding correctly, so it's set up over there, but it's not functional. So until I can actually be running a print during the live stream, there's no point in putting a camera on it. But I ordered a replacement, and so it should be coming soon. And all I've managed to do so far is just the test model for it, and that went okay, but that's got the kind of optimized or optimal settings. Yeah, sorry about that, K5. One of these weeks I'll be set up for that and have something interesting to actually print. But yeah, and unfortunately, even at the window, there's absolutely nothing except the neighbor's house. So, whoa. Yeah, the pressure on this is strange. Let's see. Yeah, now suddenly I've got... There we go. Yeah, so this tablet is not not the same deal. But yeah, a lot of people are drawing on tablets, or this is not an iPad, but a lot of people are drawing on iPads now. But I think so this is a Surface, is an older Microsoft Surface, and I think the processor on it is just barely capable of running Photoshop, so it doesn't handle much. Sorry. Sorry, it doesn't handle much else that I'm doing. And as you can see, sometimes it starts to just lag out. Oh, right now I just have some PLA. I've got just the one that came with the printer, just like a red, like a kilo of red PLA, and then I got a metallic one, and like a kind of one that simulates wood. But I heard that the wood textured one is a little tricky. Sometimes because I don't know whatever they used to color, it might be a particle that's a little thick, so you can get clogged. So I'm worried about running that, but I'm curious to see what that looks like. But yeah, I've got just a metallic and then a regular just red PLA, but it's all PLA so far. And this printer handles ABS well. I've heard it doesn't handle the flexible. What is that? No, I can't remember the initials for it, but kind of the flexible plastic that you could do like phone cases and stuff. The stuff that's kind of it behaves a little bit like silicone. Yeah, just the more rubbery one. But I've heard that it doesn't print well out of this particular printer, but we will see. And hopefully, yeah, I can get a project going here. Oh yeah, Sony is still. They used to be everywhere. They used to be very dominant as far as you would see. There was actually in downtown Osaka there was a Sony tower, and in the Sony Tower, there was a cafe, like a Vaio cafe, and at every seat there was a Vaio laptop, or there was like, Sony digital Walkman or something. So it was just basically like a cafe inside Sony branded kind of Apple Store looking thing. But they gave that up a while ago. And then they also gave up, they used to have this chain of import stores, so Sony Plaza. And Sony Plaza was all this like foreign stuff, so cosmetics from America or Europe, and a bunch of like snacks and different stuff. And they gave that up too. So I think there must have been a reorganization and kind of consolidation that happened with Sony. But yeah, the brand is still really popular. It's for that kind of consumer level stuff, it's still always a little bit more expensive. So it considers itself, and it used to be like when the first TVs, the flat screen TVs, both the plasma and the other like LED or LCD TVs. LCD came out. They had really high quality displays, but I think they've had a lot of competition from Samsung, and which is Korean, and then Sharp. So for a while, the best looking TVs were Sharp TVs, whereas the Sony Vegas were the biggest thing in the like early 2000s. But they've lost a little prominence, and I think it's because they also lost their music market. They used to have such dominance in portable audio because of the Walkman and then the mini disc. But they lost all that to Apple, which is still so mystifying. It just shows you like how too slow and cautious Japanese companies can be. Because Sony has a record label and a movie studio, so they should have been able to destroy Apple. But yeah. Yeah, LG. Yeah. Korean companies are very aggressive, so they do really well, especially competing in Asia, because they're not afraid to take big risks and kind of go after things. And Japan is just too slow and cautious anymore. So a lot of the big advances or the big successes they had, they kind of gave up. Oh wow, carbon fiber. Oh nice. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I gotta get more time with the printer and kind of learn the ins and outs, and start printing out some pieces for some of the tabletop stuff that I've been doing. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and everybody price-wise seems to be doing better. Can do better than Sony, and I think that's a big that's their big problem, is that people don't see them as a premium brand. Maybe like they once did, or if they ever did, but compared to other brands now, they're just not. They don't stand out so much. But yeah, it's still a popular company, and people want to work for them still. But I've heard that. I know a few people that have worked for Sony, especially like the gaming and technology divisions in the U.S., and the communications between the parts of Sony, the different departments like consumer electronics or music or whatever, is really, really bad. They're really, really competitive with each other, even within the same company, and so things don't happen well because of that. Yeah, I had a friend that worked for a company that was doing that streaming technology, kind of like what I actually ended up becoming PlayStation Now, that streaming service. So it originally just had a catalog of PlayStation 3 games, and you're playing it on their servers, and it's streamed. What's happening on the game is streamed to you. And so his company originally came up with that technology. And oh, that's not working. And then they were bought by Sony, and after the acquisition, he was never happy at his job again. I think he got paid well, but the work became a lot less satisfying just because of the bad communication and lack of kind of, I don't think they really understood what they were buying, and so it was a little frustrating. Yeah, yeah. Sony still, they still have. Well, they keep releasing their, like, next version of their digital Walkman and things. But as far as what the damage that the iPod was able to do to them, and also I think they've also tried to do this more premium thing, because some of their the digital Walkman are like $500. Yeah, they're really expensive. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Sony Walkman. That's crazy. Yeah, they just released a kind of anniversary version, 40th anniversary or whatever it is now, 60th. I don't know what it is. It can't be that old, but it's cool. It's just like a Android powered, touch screen, just like all of their newer Walkman, but the display can be a tape, can be look like a cassette tape. So it has the same, it's the same aesthetic. The design aesthetic is the same as their 80s Walkman, and so that looks nice. But it makes you miss, that easy technology. But yeah, that's crazy. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right, for museums and stuff. You can have those audio tours. Yeah, but the Walkman was really dominant for so long, but not anymore. Yeah, funny thing that happened in the audio market here is they let you rent, when the audio CD first came out. They let you rent audio CDs like they did VHS or DVDs from like a video rental shop. So video rental shops also had CDs, and CD players. They were portable CD players, but they skipped. There was very difficult to keep them from not, if they were dropped or whatever. Like, the audio would always be interrupted. But mini discs were a much more efficient way to kind of handle the shock and everything, because they wrote in like a little cartridge. And they're really popular in Japan. And then they made the recordable mini disc, so basically like a CDR inside a little case. And so what everybody did in Japan is just rented CDs and copied off all of the tracks that they liked onto their mini disc. And so basically, you had to rent the CDs, but you could just, record music. Music was free because it was very easy to link digital to digital mini disc to your CD player. And so that was a really weird, like, loophole that existed in Japan for a long time. That it was piracy basically, but nobody really cared about it, because I forget what it was. There was something odd, because of course there is copy protection on a CD. There's an anti, copy technology, but for some reason when because you're just going digital, you're going digital out to digital in, and Sony allowed that, and some of the other companies allowed that, so that was a very popular thing to do back in the whenever that was, late 90s, early 2000s, whenever the mini disc, well, must have been 90s when the mini disc had its popularity, but mini disc never became like super popular in the US. But here everyone had one, I think because they were just so much more portable, and they didn't skip, but much more portable than the CDs ever got to. Yeah, I did end up getting, though, a portable CD player, a Sony one. It was the first time I came to Japan, and it was almost exactly the size of a CD, like just, a few millimeters wider, and of course a lot thicker, but still the size of the player itself was crazy small. Not those big block style things, but that was the last portable CD player I think I ever bought. But yeah, it was Japan. That was back when Japan was still so impressive. All of their consumer electronics were already like at the next step. So when visiting here, it was like going to CES or whatever in Las Vegas. You got to see things before they hit the American markets. But now that's not the case. Yeah, right. I think that's true. They were expensive. Yeah, and I think that's the size too. So price doesn't scare Japanese customers away, but they like small things because most people, you know, live in tiny apartments, and so anything that takes up too much space or is difficult to carry, they just won't use. But yeah, a very different time. All right. Yeah, it's frustrating too with the kind of shutdowns for so many companies and so much shipping. The only company I could find that I could get the replacement hot end for my printer was just some, shady Chinese trader. So I hope it's decent quality, because all of the actual company isn't shipping things right now. Everything is they're still waiting. So things are still being affected. So just have to be patient. That's a shame, because now I have more time to mess around with it, and I don't have the parts. So we'll see how good this this part is. It's coming. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't sell well, and I wonder why. I think, well, because if there were rental CDs in America, I think people would have figured out that same trick that they like to do in Japan, and so maybe mini disc would have been more popular. As far as like you could very easily make a perfect quality, mixtape of things from CDs that you rented, but there wasn't ever, because I don't think they approved music rental in America. So that was never an option. But yeah, very different. Columbia House, yes. Yeah, I got a set of the original Star Wars trilogy on Laserdisc from the Columbia House video. There was like those, whatever it was, 5 cents for 5, CDs or whatever. But then you had a subscription then, and you had to pay this like ridiculous price per disc after that, or per title after that. So they made their money back from that first little bit that they gave you, because they charged you monthly for really overpriced stuff. But that was always a thing. I think that was like in high school, everybody would like try to get an address to order Columbia House to, and get that first package with the bundle of like 5 titles, and then try to cancel the order, or just let it go, and then letters would keep coming to that previous address. Actually, I think I just heard the doorbell, so sorry, I'm gonna be right back. I will just go back to starting soon. Sorry, I'll be right back. Let me just check what's at the door. Just a moment. There we go. Sorry about that. That was just a Amazon delivery. I wish it was pizza. I wish it was Columbia House, but I know it's just some printer ink. But it's really funny. The delivery people are behaving very differently now. They don't want you to open the door very wide, so they just slide things back and forth and like minimal contact, which I guess makes it okay. But yeah, very funny. Ah, there you go. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, and that was I didn't know if I had any places for reselling CDs. I think my brother did that a lot more than I did. But yeah, that makes sense. Just take whatever they got and turn it in because it's new. Yeah, it's new for that shop. So that's great. That's crazy. Yeah, I wonder when Columbia House stopped doing. Well, maybe they didn't. Maybe they still have some kind of thing going. But yeah, that was the scam forever. And I think when CDs and Laserdiscs and things like that came out, that was always the Columbia House was a way to start your collection fast. Uh, no, I don't know what SWAT is called in Japan. There's no SWAT. I don't know what. I don't think I've actually even seen that like depicted in any movies or anything, like what the Japanese version of SWAT is. But yeah, I don't even know that that's a thing because they have much less much less terrorist response and stuff. So, or different, so it's different. So I wonder what that would be. Oh man. But what's going on here? There we go. All right. But oh yeah, and that's the thing, because I have to do the little, instead of the signature, they want the stamp, the little hanko, the name stamp. What I don't even know what English would be for that, but it's just like the characters for your name in a little stamp, just a little self-inking stamp, or traditionally it's like a carved piece of stone, but so you have to sign everything like that here. And I think FedEx International has the touch screen still, but everything else is still, they want an actual stamp. And they said that's what's making work from home for Japanese companies difficult, because everything you touch, as far as like physical paperwork, you need to put your stamp on to show it, you filed this report, or you did this, you edited this, or whatever. So it makes it difficult because they love paperwork here still. So yeah, so that makes it that weird cultural thing is making it strange for work from home, because companies still want that. They still want that instead of a signature, or instead of just the date stamp or confirmation through an email or whatever. They want an actual physical stamp of something. So that's causing some weird work issues, which seems so strange. All of this stuff seems to be a lot of clash between new and old culture. But let's see. Okay, enough warm-up boxes here. Yeah. So I have two. I've got one that's so my name is not. There's no kanji for my name. There's no Chinese characters for my name. So it's just the katakana of my last name, my family name, in a little configuration for a stamp. So yeah, so you have to get an official one. If you do any paperwork here, you have to get an official one, and it's the one that you put on an official document, then it's on file. So any of the little imperfections or anything, and there's kind of like a fingerprint in that way. So anyone can make one, but they have a record of the one that you are going to use officially for all your documents and government paperwork and stuff, and they keep a record of that one on file. So if anyone's trying to do anything fraudulent, they can kind of compare to that. But yeah, it's a very different style. It's very odd. But yeah, but that was cool to get that one. Yeah, no. If you're resident alien or permanent resident or whatever status you have in Japan, it's still very useful to have that, because there'll be a lot of things that they'll ask for your official stamp, and it's literally just going to be a box, so you can't sign. I mean, I guess you could do like your initials or something, but there's not really, it's not a signature. It's like a different thing. But yeah, but everybody, all Japanese citizens have that from, I don't know, it's probably like the same time you're able to like do things as an adult, you have to have your stamp. But some of them are very beautiful too. There's you can get like really expensive, like hand carved ones that are very beautiful, because they're supposed to be unique. Like they're supposed to when you use them, they have their own specific flaws and irregularities, like a fingerprint. So it's more of an ID. But you can go into any stationery shop or even the 100 yen shops and get a stamp of the very standard kind of tradition, like the Smith and Jones and Jackson and whatever of Japan. Those very standard names, they have those pre-made already, and those are for kind of non-official things, I guess. If you're just if you need something for work, because often you'll see in the, they have those works, whatever those are, those papers that have a schedule on them for who cleaned the bathroom when at like McDonald's or whatever, and you always see people putting their signatures in there. In Japan, they put their little stamp in the box after they cleaned the toilets, and so you'll need like an unofficial one for things like that, just so they can read your name. But yeah, there's all kinds of uses for them. But official one, like your kind of official signature, needs to be on record, and you need to keep track of that specific stamp, that specific hanko, when you after you have it made. All right, so let's see here. Wow. Yeah, this pen behaves very strange. I have the battery turned off because it doesn't need to be charged for some reason. That might have been what was causing the strange lines last time. It can be used, this is like a generic one that can be used with a lot of different tablets, and it doesn't need to charge for the Surface. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Wow. I can't even remember what CD cases look like. Just kind of oh geez, I just kind of approximate here. Oof. Yeah, I'm getting this wavy line stuff. I think it's an angle. Yes. So this may have to be a shorter stream than usual. My wife's working today. So my daughter is upstairs playing Fortnite. I don't want her to do that for 6 hours, so I'll have to maybe cut things off a little earlier than usual. All right. And maybe I'll do this. I don't know what that's looking like. Okay, maybe not that. Yeah, I'm really surprised by the popularity of Fortnite. When I first saw that game, the trailer for that game, it looked terrible. And then they jumped on that Battle Royale style and got really popular. But it's a real cheesy kind of kiddie game. But they must have like really tapped into the 9 to 12-year-old market or whatever. Yeah, because the I don't know. She's playing on the Switch, and I don't know if they have if you can play between different systems. But a lot of the kids have voice chat on, and it's just little tiny kids just screaming their heads off in Japanese. So it's very funny, but very young user base. But yeah, I'm surprised they threw a lot of money around. Fork knife. Yeah. Well, I think so too. Yeah, and they keep supporting it with all of these licenses. Like now there's Deadpool. You can unlock like a Deadpool skin, and they did like a Star Wars, like a Rise of Skywalker event in Fortnite. So that, like, who is it? I totally blanked on the name of but the game company. Whoa! Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I just did something where I was like going back in time, undoing things. That was weird. There we go. But yeah, they got big licenses for stuff. They had like Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet and stuff was in there. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But I don't know. I'm totally blanking on the beginning of the P, the other store, the store that's not Steam. But those guys, damn. I get that stream amnesia or whatever. I can't think of the name of anything when I'm live streaming. But yeah, those guys, they must have a lot of Chinese money behind them doing the shenanigans that they're doing. Epic. Yeah, why did I think it began with a P? Yeah, Epic. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so Epic, yeah, must have a lot of Chinese money because they're throwing around so much stuff in licenses and stuff, and it just seems like a waste. Like John Wick was in Fortnite. That was very strange. I don't know why they're putting so much money into that, but it's definitely keeping the kids, even if they don't know what those characters are, keeping them playing. But yeah, the first version of that game, like how it was originally intended to be played, looked terrible, and it's so funny that they took the PUBG model and outdid it. You know, actually got more popular, at least in like streaming. Epic, yeah, yeah, right, yeah. Oh, that's right, Epic. Yeah, that's right. The Unreal guys. Yeah, they had Epic did early on. They had some of the nicest looking mobile games and stuff, but that just went away. Yeah, it's funny. Right, yeah, because that's right, because it is advertising, isn't it? Yeah, so it's just like promotion. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess they figured it out. They're moving a lot faster than other companies are. But yeah, I was just surprised how how childish that game was. But it's funny. It does, like, you know, set you up. It's definitely like baby's first person, or it's third person though, isn't it? Yeah, but it's, you know, your first shooter, so it might get you into something more intense later. But yeah, that's right. It's third person because otherwise, why would you buy skins and things if you couldn't see your character? But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like the first person games a lot better. Yeah, I played a little Battlefield 1 on the PlayStation 4, but I haven't played much in a while. I haven't played many what's going on? Many first-person shooters in a while. Yeah, what? Yeah, it's been a while. And I like when games release betas and stuff when people aren't good yet, because then the game is actually fun and people are just screwing around and, like, you know, kind of play testing. They're just kind of see what happens, and they haven't figured out, you know, they don't know the maps yet and everything, so it's a lot less punishing. But yeah, I hate those early days of learning a game and learning maps and just all the spawn, headshot, respawn sessions, or, you know, lives that you have. Yeah, I played there. Yeah, I played Half-Life and Half-Life 2, and then the episodes, like the first two episodes of that, when they started doing that episodic content. Yeah, because I was pretty early on Steam. I had Steam when it was like only their games. But yeah, I like that. I like that world and I like that story. I'm really curious about the VR game, the Half-Life Alyx, but not curious enough to buy a VR headset for it. So yeah, but that's yeah, that setting is cool, and I like I like they were really early on doing like physics puzzles and stuff, so you're interacting with the environment a lot more. Valve just had some real creative stuff, and that world was great. But yeah, it's funny, it just went away. Oh wow, good ending. Oh, nice. So good ending or bad? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So what did you play it on? What do you have the Steam, whatever it's called, or are you doing on one of the other VR sets? Oh, cool. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, people are saying it's the Rift. Okay, cool. The index, that's right. And people are even saying with the manufacturing slowdowns and everything that it's not easy to get an index if you wanted to get it after the release of Alyx. Cool. Yeah, that's really yeah, that's they're calling that a system seller for VR. Is it's worth getting a headset just for that game so far. All right, boxes and boxes. What am I doing here? Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any big ideas coming in. Yeah, what's been going on? Paper towels? But, yo, I just started the spring sale on the PlayStation. They had Greedfall, that spiders game. What's the other studio? But they're the guys that did that Mars setting RPG, Mars Logs or something. But yeah, I like their yeah, their stories are weird and interesting. The gameplay is pretty mediocre, but the characters and the settings are pretty good. It's kind of a poor man's Dragon Age, kind of that. Not this setting, not this game, but it's kind of the same way that was that Bethesda. No, not Bethesda. Yeah, the guys that do Mass Effect and Dragon Age. It's a kind of a poor man's version of that. Oh no! Yeah, exactly. Once if you play something on the PC, yeah, you don't go back to the console. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. If Alyx is setting up the yeah, that there is going to be Half-Life 3. That's great. Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do. That would be crazy if I just hope they don't stick with the VR. And I think for a longer experience, VR might be pretty rough. But that's really cool. So we'll see how many years that'll take. All right, so I'm getting weird no palm rejection. Okay. But yeah, that's cool. It's been a long time since I played any of the Half-Life games, though. That would be fun to go back and go through them. Because didn't they do? Somebody did a mod, or there was something that kind of upgraded the textures and stuff and the lighting, like the Black Mesa project, and they kind of updated things, so it might look nicer on modern systems. Yikes. everything on one layer here. Nice. Whoa. Yeah, everything's all skewed and funny because I don't have, this keyboard doesn't have a plus key that this Photoshop is recognizing, so I have to do everything, pinch and zoom everything to manipulate the canvas size, so it's kind of annoying. That, yeah, so if you look, if I zoom out, see everything's off, everything's skewed a little weird. There must be a command to set that to 0, but it'll work like, work okay for now. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So you're just like basically following Alex through Half-Life instead of the crowbar guy. Ah, I see. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I'm really curious about that. If they, if I get a chance, definitely. And I don't even know anybody with a VR set in Japan. They have VR cafes here, but they don't have. But it's not real popular. Let's do this. Outside of that, or as far as I've seen. But it seems like that would be a, with the lack of space. Although it is a kind of, for gaming you do. Oh, man. Yeah, it'll be so long till I get a chance to play it. I'll probably forget it if you spoil it anyhow. Plexus. Yeah, I've had that happen to me where someone spoiled something and I was like, oh, that's too bad, and it's then takes so long for me to actually like see the movie or watch the show or whatever. I forgot that they spoiled it, but to remember then after I see that storyline or whatever, after I see that, the character death or whatever, like, oh, that's right, I knew that was going to happen, but I had forgotten until that moment. So sometimes I'm spoiler immune because it takes me so long to get to see different stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, that doesn't read like a controller. Kinda. But yeah, so not much going on. This is really showing though who especially in Japan, who the garbage career politicians are and who are the people that are actually trying to do their job, because the different governors and mayors in Japan, they're either coming across incredibly old and out of touch and only worried about getting reelected, or they're actually trying to figure out, best approaches for keeping people safe, and, if schools should be closed, or, what businesses should be considered essential. And it's funny because Japan has a obsession. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Japan has an obsession with nightlife, kind of adult activities, and, gambling is semi-legal here in a very weird way. It's legal. So slot machines and pachinko are really popular in Japan, but there's kind of a weird loophole. But of course, like a pachinko slot place is everyone's sitting really close to each other. There's so many machines. People are constantly changing machines, and touching things that haven't been cleaned, and everyone's smoking. So it's a very, bad situation for the current illnesses and illness, and so it's something that should have been shut down immediately, but they've got some political power, obviously, the pachinko slot owners, and they've been able to stay open. And so finally, they were shut down in Osaka City. The mayor decided it's just too dangerous, and it's older people and it's smokers, so it's guaranteed if it gets there, it's going to spread. And so all they did is just go out of the city into the small towns. So now all the small town pachinko places, or the kind of pachinko palaces that are freestanding buildings kind of in the middle of nowhere, they just buy some cheap farmland and then put a big freestanding pachinko palace in. Now those are getting crowded with all the people from the city because their gaming addiction will not wait for things to get better. What is going on? Yeah, there's some strange... I think I've got some... I don't know what I did here. Okay, step backwards. There we go. Yeah, I'm jumping around on this history somehow. There's some command that I didn't know about. Strange. Alright. We'll save this. Ooh, layer 100. Wow. Wow. That's funny. Yeah, I heard someone was saying that motion sickness, or that, the sickness you get from VR and kind of motion sickness and stuff, is a weird survival mechanism that we have in our brains where if anything that your eyes see that doesn't match what your inner ear is telling you is happening, as far as like your positioning and your balance and your head and everything, then your body thinks it's poisoned, because that's the first thing that would get distorted. And so that's why your stomach gets sick, because it's assuming that if what your eyes and your ears are, or your balance is telling you doesn't match, then the disorientation is coming from poison, and so that's why you immediately get sick, is because it's a protection to get rid of whatever's poisoning your body, and the first thing that your body does is get rid of what's in your stomach. But I don't know if that's true or not, but I think it's a funny, that's an interesting theory about why we get sick in the weirdest ways. Hey, Sedona. Yeah, no theme right now. Or should it be motion sickness? Yeah, I don't think I've actually drawn anything that disgusting. I think there's been like blood or stuff that could be interpreted as blood, but nothing, no results of motion sickness in any cartoons. Oh, no. Yikes. All right. Yeah, so slightly better setup this week, but I'm still struggling with this pen. Oh, wow. So I've got to come up with something here instead of just doodling away. Let's see. Yeah, I usually just have to keep drawing until something clicks. Oh, I'm at the edge here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, maybe move down here. Yeah, I don't like this way to navigate, but it's the only thing working right now. Oh, spoilers. Okay, so you play as Alex 5 years before Half-Life 2. Oh, wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Big spoilers. That's great. Wow, very cool. Oh, man. Now I'm going to figure out a way. I gotta find somebody that's already has a headset and already has played Alex. Wow. Yeah, everybody that I know, like the one guy that I know that works in kind of interface, like UI, UX for a video game company, he doesn't own anything because he can play everything at work. And then, of course, he can't bring it home. So that's not very useful because I can't visit him at work. But, but I just don't know anybody that's a big technology or like a like an early adopter technology guy here. Mostly because everybody got married and has kids, so their disposable income is much more limited. Yeah, and I can't imagine having a kid, buying a VR headset and having a kid. There's no way you'd ever get to use it. I always end up doing this with drawing books. Yeah. That is a very rough story, Joe. All right. Yeah, I think it's... I'm holding this. It's the problem. That's a very wavy looking book. Oh, there it is. There's my zoom. Jeez. I guess it's just not on a plus. All right. Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I can imagine. That's what they did the VR version of what, Resident Evil 7? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the not a remake, the most recent new one. Yeah, I think it was 7. And that they said my friend said that was one of the scariest things on the PlayStation VR. That was one of the scariest things because it used to be that the door was kind of the loading animation, transition, so it was just a very, noisy door opening animation. But now the doors in the newer Resident Evil are much more interactive, so you can like kind of peek into a room, so you slowly, physically move, you feel like you're, moving around the edge of the door, you're, slowly opening it and then leaning into the room, and it totally changes how you interact with it, and makes it, much scarier when something's in the room that comes after you. But that's crazy. Yeah, but it makes sense because I think that's an important thing. If it feels, weird and floaty or very strange, then it breaks that immersion right away. All right, let me see if I can get this these lines a little bit more reasonable here. Yeah. It's just the speed maybe is something too slow. It's weird. Gives it too much time to recalculate the position or something. It's very odd. Yeah, you just can't draw slowly on this with this pen. That's very odd. That's where the wave is coming from. Or maybe it's just, yeah, weirdly sensitive to position. Definitely not pressure. The pressure is very weird. Jeez. Okay. No. Sorry. It's very odd controls now. I should be able to there. Alright, so let's try to fix that line. Oh, right. Yeah, that's got to change a lot of the physics of that game. You know, so much more of the physics can be interactive. It's not, limited to kind of stuff they set up. Yeah, there's got to be a lot more playing, a lot more playfulness in that game. Did they ever do a VR Portal? Well, that could actually make you really sick. But because that had a lot, the puzzles got really interesting in Portal as well, and it seems like they could take that. Whoa, they could take that idea and push it further. All right. Yeah. I can imagine, because there's so much, bouncing and jumping and just moving between the portals, just jumping in and out of a portal would make you so sick. But yeah, changing how you, just thinking about if they're changing things in the Half-Life VR, there's got to be, like a more, maybe not the Portal setting, but something that would work in that same way, where you just try the interactions of everything in the room. Why isn't this doing anything? There it is. Yeah, that makes sense, though. All right. Whoops. There we go. Wow. Oh, yeah. Wow, brain computer stuff. That would be crazy, yeah. If they actually innovate in that direction. But I think that's what it's going to take. The next big innovation is going to have to be a totally new type of interface. Yeah, that's insane. There we go. Now I'm just drawing desserts. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. That's crazy. If, yeah, simulating things goes further than just, yeah, being a trick for your eyes. But, yeah. That would be crazy because it'll change that idea of, like, you know, the experiences and people that people want you to have. Because it won't be games in that sense anymore. It'll be these more experiences, like this more, well, that's what they're calling all the VR experiments now, but yeah, it'll be this a weird kind of immersion. All right. Guess I'll just keep drawing desserts. I can't get my head around much else here. Connect some of these lines. All right. Yeah, it's just cakes and pies and things. I'm just trying. Pumpkin pie. Just trying to come up with something that looks interesting. Yeah, these more look like odd cheesecake. Yeah, I haven't had real pumpkin pie in a long time. Damn. Wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. An Easter pumpkin pie, of course. Nice. It's a holiday pie. It's a multi-holiday pie. Yeah, it's just the same thing. There's a lot of weird extra marks on these. Alright, let's drag some of these into another space. What's going on here? Wow, these are really tiny drawings. I've got to be careful on my scale. Because then when I zoom in, the resolution's okay for that, but then when I zoom in, the line's going to get really thick. Those are crazy small. Jeez, I didn't even realize. Yeah, that's the problem. I gotta stick with a... it's not too bad. I'm usually only like 200%, but I think I'm much, or whatever the inverse of that is. But yeah, I'm at 16% and then 72. Okay, yeah, I'm way zoomed in. These are odd looking. Yeah, the position is not... Yeah, overlapping might help. All right. A little bit bigger. Okay, some kind of dessert conflict. Oh yeah, I haven't. Yeah, there's a lot of competing platforms now for payment. There always kind of have been in Japan, and then recently like Google Pay and Amazon, or a lot of those people have kind of gone into it. But yeah, the system that I use for my train card, I can also use on my phone to like pay for things at the convenience store and stuff. But I just haven't set that up because already my train card is the bill for the train is so expensive, and the fees I think for shopping that way, especially with that system, are not good. But yeah, there's a lot of I see a lot of people now that don't do anything, and there's a weird, I think it's a Chinese company called PayPay, like the same word twice, which was really aggressive trying to get into the Japanese market, offering a lot of free stuff and 5% off of every purchase just on top of whatever other discounts and stuff. But they were, just that same kind of Google Pay kind of competition. But I think some of the older Japanese companies are still kind of blocking them out. They have some of the systems cornered because a lot of the times you need the NFC chip or whatever in your phone to be connected and have that be on, and then you just touch the sensor to pay. But more recently, I think they're using like QR codes and things for the newer systems. So some of those older but more established Japanese systems are dominant. I haven't gotten. I still am okay, I guess, with cash here. It's just it's a better way to control your expenses, because if you only have a certain amount of cash, you can't overspend. But when you're just like touching your phone on everything, it's really easy to spend way too much on just little things, and things just stack up real fast. So yeah, it's a weird system. Oh, I'm not even sure. I haven't looked recently at because the internet speeds keep going up in Japan for residential. I wouldn't even know what people can get. It's definitely not as fast as Korea. I think Korea still has the highest like internet speeds, like residential speeds anywhere. But Yeah. Oh, what was it? Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But, yeah, yeah. Wow, refusing cash. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Japan still has their kind of cash obsession, but they're being pushed to. Oh wow, so 20 down. Yeah, I think I've definitely seen 100, but I'm not sure much more beyond that. And then there must be like fiber and things that are still faster because, and they call things different. They call some of their systems. I think fiber they call hikari here, which just kind of means light. Um, they they have weird names for some of their systems, so it's hard to know like what technology they're using. But yeah, it's decent. It's probably better than North America just because of the size of the country is so small, but not as good as Korea. Korea still has such a great infrastructure for that, or just the priority. They put a big priority because there's so many PC gamers and people that want crazy internet speed. So anything else? Not sure about that book. Whoa. Yeah, this mouse is too small too. Hmm. Hmm. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that really sucks that they were gonna upgrade everything. It's funny too. That could be changed by like a whatever party's in control. It's not part of our platform. Fiber isn't in our platform. Isn't on our platform. Yeah, that's really funny. All right. Hmm. It's all this. Oh, that's all one drawing. And this. So where are these? Here. There must be a blank layer somewhere. All right. So. Yeah, there must be a single pixel or something on a layer. Let me close this and reopen it. There we go. Now it's not all off skew. All right, something like that. We'll have to see. Yeah, this is looking pretty crazy. Where's this? Oh. Why is it suddenly giving me this tool cursor? That's weird. Okay, where's my colors? Now what's going on here? Okay, still don't understand why I don't have my colors here. Okay, well, we'll just go with those. Yeah, I had to change the resolution of the tablet also to make it work, so. Yeah, Japan is just real slow to kind of set aside the money to do those upgrades. But once they decide to do it, it happens pretty fast. But yeah, I know Korea has been the fastest for a while. But I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, and they kind of do it all at once. So unlike America, like San Francisco and LA and New York probably have like great residential internet because you're closer to like main lines or main hubs. But in Japan, they do it kind of all. It's all pretty equal. So you don't have. It's not very. There's no elite internet users compared to other people or people that could use things that require heavy bandwidth that other people can't. Hmm. No bloody network. Nice. Mm. Wow. Yeah, we'll see what the next big jump is speed-wise. But I think there is a lot of fiber in Japan, a lot of residential fiber. Things do get upgraded pretty regularly. But like I said, nothing is under the ground. Everything is on poles here because of the earthquakes, so that's a little odd. What is going on with this cursor suddenly changing? That's very odd. I must have done something that just... sorry, let me just take a second to... Cursors... Normal brush tips, standard... Oh, not standard. Not precise. Normal. Yeah, that's what I wanted, and... It's precise. Okay, well, whatever. We'll try to make that work. Weird. So what does that give me? Yeah, great. I have no idea what kind of line I'm making. But you know how like the Midwest and places in the U.S. get overlooked compared to the coast. Yeah. I believe you, Joe. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fix any of these drawings. Weird. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, so let me see if I can make this work. So, all right, so it's been a few weeks since we've done the comments thing, so let me switch over to comments and see if I can make this work. So let's see if anything even got read last few weeks. And if it's less, oh, it's even less. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here, oh, it's off. Maybe do this. That's weird. Yeah, the design is a little strange. There we go. Something like that. Okay, well, here's the kind of the comment section. So last week's cartoons, there were no winners in the box assembly contest. So one one comment and 8 likes. Apparently there are no contestants from Amazon. Oh, there you go. All right. And previously, for April 7th. Ah, this is the much assisted. Oh, 10 likes a comment. The cure for all modern afflictions had expired years ago. Or it never worked anyway. Oh, good. Ed. Nice. And I think these are the ones that didn't upload when they were supposed to, so maybe nothing. So April 2nd was a toilet paper joke. They found an endless battle on both ends. Whoa! Toilet paper is extremely popular. I should just turn this into an all toilet paper cartoon for a while. 29 likes. Jeez. You two are just old softies. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Sold out at by 9 a.m. lately. I'll strengthen numbers. Aw, you two just old softies. Nice. Yeah, very popular subject there. All right. Oh, there's the tofu. So March 31st, the outside world was cold, bright, and much less vegan than he had assumed. You're welcome in my house. Nice. Yeah, people still found these even though they went up late. That's good. Lunchtime would reveal the secret contents of the brown bag. PB&J would be my guess. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this got any attention. So March 24th, they had never considered working together before. No. Just 3 likes. So toilet paper is popular, condoms are not. 19th. Oh yeah, I think we've been here before. 19 likes and 3 comments. Yeah, it's gonna have a hot time. Yeah, I saw these before. Yes, all the way back from March. All right, let's try a random. Yeah, the classic Hyphonics condoms. Yeah, he needs to consider that. All right. No, this one isn't that old, is it? Oh, last year. Their own self-criticism is the only thing they could not soften. The sheets can hide themselves into the most private of parts. What? All right. Another 2019. There's no discernible difference between morning blend and evening roast. Around here, morning blend is caffeinated, evening is decaf. I believe that to be true. All right. Another 2019. What? The random is only choosing from the previous year? I hope my archive is still intact. I might have to check that out. Even the filthiest puddle felt a little prettier in the spring. This looks had rainbows. It's evaporating into clouds for full circle. Okay, let's take a quick look and make sure the things still exist. Oh yeah, past 2019. They do. Okay, good. Regardless of color, they became useless at exactly the same rate. Red and blue states. Wow. All right. Okay. So, yeah. Those did make it up. That's right. Yeah, the toilet paper one was insanely popular. That's funny. But that's what's on people's minds, so I guess that's why they're responding. Yeah, it seems like a lot more people are reading more recent stuff, probably because there's so much else less to do. All right, well, let's switch back then to the drawing and do a little coloring. So sorry, I don't have any alternative. Boom, there we go. Convenience store alternatives. Although I think we do have to do our weekly grocery shopping tonight, so that'll be something. So if I see anything strange at the grocery store, I'll try to, yeah. This sucks. Any idea what's going on here? Yeah, so why isn't that here? Weird. Yeah, for some reason I got my my menu, my toolbar is overextended. Can I drag it? No. Strange. Yeah, it doesn't let me resize it, and it's there. It is. Yeah, it is there. Weird. So if I put it, I can't put it up there. I can only put it here or here. Sorry, I'm having my little interface issues here. Okay, so why is it so thin? Oh, maybe it's just used to the yeah, it's just used to the previous resolution. What the fuck is this? Get this out of here. Okay, well, I'll just do it from here then. Weird. Sorry about that. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Maybe that should be a little lighter. Yeah, very strange. Okay. Actually, no, let's keep everything bright and yeah. More cheesecake looking to fix that. Yeah, I don't know. Get a real yellowish white. And then some kind of red. Whoops. All right. So the layers. Where can I put this color so I can keep accessing it? Yeah, maybe down there. Yeah, this is not great. Okay. So can I just nest it here? No. Fuck. All right. All right. Damn, yeah, I guess I haven't been trimming or doing anything for between these weeks, so yeah, things are getting heavier and heavier. Yeah, and no haircut or anything, so I'm gonna be a mess at the end of this. But yeah, but I don't go out, so nobody has to witness. I don't know. No one has to witness anything. Let's try something. I don't know. That looks strange. Yeah, maybe I should just do something chocolate if it's not looking good. Yeah, there we go. That'll work better. Oh, wrong tool. There we go. Yeah, what's going on with this default precise thing? Weird. Yeah, that's really annoying. When you're not painting, it's pretty annoying. Alright. Well, let's go with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's just assorted desserts. Yeah, that's gonna make some of these lines. I don't need that precise line. That's frustrating. But maybe here and here. All right. Something like that. Actually, I'm gonna have to just do this whole thing. Great. It won't fill. 21. No. Okay. And then some white. All right. Something like that. I'm really hating this precise. Yeah, it's very odd. Ah, Sedona hates pie crust. That's interesting. So only cakes. All right. Maybe some little highlight. Not that big. That's weird. So here? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, this keyboard is bizarre. Something like that. And now I'm going to try to put eyes. Not white. Maybe bigger. This is supposed to be precise, and it's incredibly not precise. There we go. Hmm. There we go. There we go. Okay, and what's going on here? Yikes. Okay, a book, some kind of outdated technology. Alright, well, let's see. This looks like. Let's see. What's going on? There we go. Yeah, this isn't gonna cooperate either, I have a feeling. Oh, there we go. Good. Okay. Okay, that's not good. Alright, let me just do that. Weird fabric binding. I don't know what books these are. But always those ones that have the almost black fabric on the spine. Actually, on the inside. What the? That was bizarre. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Yeah, I'm having weird... the palm rejection isn't working like it usually is pretty good about when you're drawing, not reading your hand as touch, but yeah, it's not doing that very well. Alright, maybe just this color. Oh, maybe bluish. Okay. Oh, I missed something. Oh, winking. Yeah, I like that. Nice. Okay. Yeah, let me try. Okay. I don't know about precise here. Okay, there we go. Okay, some kind of weird remote. Ugh. Ah. Yes. That's funny. Is there a place? Oh, yeah. There's some. Yeah, the samurai. Yeah, there's an interesting, I think, relationship with like samurai culture. Like you'll see some at some of the castles. You'll see some like older retired guys dressed in the traditional armor and carrying kind of dummy swords to take photos with. And there's I think it might have been kind of forgotten, but a very like the samurai created kind of a weird problem in Japan because they were this warrior class, and once Japan, kind of modernized during the kind of Meiji Restoration, when Japan modernized, they, they created this whole kind of obsolete group of warriors that were still training to fight, but the kind of fighting that they were doing, like guns were not going to, swords were not going to stop guns, and the modern way to fight a war was all firearms based. So again, kind of like Last Samurai, the Tom Cruise movie. You had this, they weren't even, they were worse than Ronin. They were just these warriors that had no place and had obsolete training. I mean, they would still be deadly, in sword to sword combat, but they were being trained. They're being trained as warriors and trained with this warrior code, and kind of creating problems because they didn't want to give up. So you just had these, people walking around with swords causing problems that didn't have any. Their allegiance was kind of strange. They didn't have any good connection to the modern military, modern government. And the funny thing that Japan decided to do is translate that samurai spirit into being a politician. So they said, take your, take what you've learned as a samurai and apply it to, running this small, like, so they became kind of bureaucrats and like local politicians, but they, very aggressively and very kind of, once they had a reason to be loyal, they had a lot of loyalty to the, to their affiliations. But it seems very strange because that thing kind of existed for a long time, and I think that's where a lot of the very aggressive warrior spirit that then started to come out around World War II time came from, is because Japan didn't know what to do with their samurai, and so they turned them into politicians, and then those politicians decided to make the emperor a god and pursue a very aggressive military stance in Asia. And so it's kind of a weird, sad story, but still people talk about Bushi and the kind of samurai code and samurai spirit as something that they're very proud of. And a lot of the times in the sports, in sports, they refer to the kind of that samurai tradition and samurai spirit. So that explains the success of the Japanese national teams, even though they're smaller or outmatched by other teams, they're still able to compete really well because of their strong samurai spirit. That's just a common thinking that you hear in Japan. But yeah, it's weird. So yeah, you can see a lot of you can see people still dressed that way, and I'm not sure if they do reenactments, but a lot of the touristy places, I don't think you'll see, like, how America does Civil War reenactments or things like that. I don't think they reenact. I mean, I don't know. It's possible, but I haven't seen since I've been here any place where reenactments of famous battles are done. I haven't been looking for them, so yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't done it, but I've seen many times the kind of Mario Kart street go karts traveling around, mostly kind of the tourist areas. There's like a business district right next to Osaka Castle, and so there'll be a lot of people there running around in carts. But yeah, so it's a very different. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. I guess because it's running around Japan in something that looks like a Mario Kart, the tourists like it. But yeah, you see that. You see that done, but mostly tourists and mostly people that are just like the novelty of it. But yeah, you'll see groups of the go karts on the streets in Japan. All right, I think I'll just do the text as a shadow. Yeah, I think that'll work best. All right. Yeah, that's not close enough, is it? All right. Yeah. Wow, a 53 packet. Damn. Yeah, the car industry in Japan is so relatively new. I think there's amazingly interesting little tiny cars like the very early Toyotas and things are so amazingly small and very funny for their time, but they don't have cars of any size here, so it's it's very funny. And you'll see even like utility trucks and stuff are so tiny. It's a very big difference. But I think it wasn't really until the 60s that the cars, at any car of real note, was made. In Japan, anyhow. Alright. I don't have any idea what this is. There we go. Whoa. Nice. Oh, cool. Yeah, America's got some great, classic cars. It's a shame what's going on here. It's a shame that, the state of the kind of American auto industry, that it's not more innovative and dominant. All right. I have no idea what's going on here. All right. Let me find some. Yeah, very strange. All right, maybe here we'll read a little better. Don't know. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's got to be that job. Pachinko Palace manager has to be very strange. Just because of the type of people that were maybe here make the most sense. Yeah, the type of people that what they call Pachi Pro, the professional. They're not really professional, but it's kind of a derisive name for people that maybe just collect a government check and then play pachinko all day. All right. It's not going to work, is it? Or maybe. Okay. Well, there we go. Yes. Oh, that's kind of, yeah, what I was trying for is that old, just a generic old game stick. Yeah, but without the ball on the top. The Atari were just that weird rubber stick. All right. So, just some quick writing here. So, thinking dessert tray. I know how restaurants will put a slice of everything or a version of all of their desserts together. So, something about a disagreement or an unorganized dessert tray. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, following people around. Hey, Les Shreddy, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad everyone's still around and hopefully doing well. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Okay. So dessert. Oh, and somebody has their caps lock on. Okay. This keyboard is hard to type on as well. Okay, let's see. Winking. I like the K5 winking idea. Let's see. Something about oh, wow. Koi in the sewer. I haven't heard about that before. Well, some of the one main river in Osaka City is pretty foul. It's pretty dirty. Because a lot of they do maybe a more European style, where a lot of things that aren't considered, sewage, things like water from a sink or from a bathtub or whatever, is just run out into rivers and stuff. So you see some pretty odd stuff floating in some of the rivers in the cities. But and they yeah, I don't know. I would imagine, though, because koi are very strong fish, that they could survive in just about anything. So I could imagine that being the case, but I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anything in the wild. Any koi I've seen have been, put there for decorative reasons in either man-made ponds or, things like installations in houses and things. But yeah, I'll ask about that though if I've seen anybody. Oh yeah, like street canal. Yeah, right. Yeah, I haven't seen anything in Osaka, but it's definitely possible, and especially the canals. Yeah, they have a lot of like Kyoto and the older cities have canals that are more the traditional, and they're very clean as well. So it's definitely possible for there to be koi just like naturally existing there, or like that had been released or whatever. But so a lot of those older systems. The water is very clear and very clean, and it's very beautiful. Those areas are very nice to walk around. The water and the kind of the canals with the little bridges. But the city rivers and stuff are gruesome. And they have a lot of runoff from different like apartment buildings and things. It's pretty funky. But but I think in some of the older areas, so definitely like Kyoto or Nara City, any of those areas with canals, that's definitely possible to see koi, because they are really, really strong fish, and if they spawn somewhere, then they will just keep existing. All right, so dessert jokes. Let me see size of this. Okay. Wow, yeah, it's much bigger on the stream than it is. The physical size that I'm working on is only like this big. Yeah, very strange. All right. Yeah, so what's so maybe kind of a representative government thing. Yeah, so maybe they were less of a dessert tray and more of a local representative government. Yeah, but what is that? That's just nonsense. That's not connected to anything. Let's see. A United Nations of desserts. Yeah, I wasn't intending it to be racial, but it got a little racial. Yeah, and that's the one thing I always want to not try to weirdly do intentionally. Oh, yeah. So I don't want to make a race joke, but something about so representing different types of desserts. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. So they thought themselves. No. Whoa, the spacebar is not working at all. No spaces. Let's see. Yeah, the spacebar is not. There we go. Had become. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Or it doesn't have any. It's I don't mind absurdist ideas are nonsense. I use that a lot, but I'm trying to make some kind of good connection. Or just the fact that, people resist dessert because they're too full, especially at more American scale restaurants. The quantity of food is huge. The desert tray. Sudden popularity of the dessert tray. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of some kind of fruit, like a cherry or a strawberry on top of that slice. Yeah, the keyboard. It doesn't have. I don't think I've spilled anything. I think I've just damaged. It's got this little teeny tiny. You can't even see it. It's really small because all Japanese keyboards have small space bars. So I think I've damaged this one enough now that it doesn't respond very well. Yeah, but the reason for that is it's not genetic. It's because they have. If you can see, if I can find a good angle for this, if you can see, there's so many other input keys that you need. It's not just like the Windows key or the Control and Alt keys. You have to put different language or alphabet switching keys along the along the bottom of the so that the real estate that those take up takes away from the space bar. So the Japanese keyboards have tiny space bars. Okay. Confused 4 times already. Yeah, this is just a little mobile Bluetooth keyboard, so it doesn't respond very well. Yeah, I used to just use this for input for like the PlayStation or TV or whatever when you had to input logins. It was easier to use this keyboard than use a remote or whatever to put an email address in. All right. Or just, being separated from a larger pie or cake. Yeah, so maybe the samples of non-existent of pies and cakes that no longer existed. Let's see. Yeah, what is that? Unavailable, sold out. Yeah, the last remaining slices. So something maybe survivalist or apocalyptic. The dessert tray. I don't want to repeat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Can't believe, yeah. Flamingo. Wow. All right. Yeah, so that's, sorry. So that's what I was trying to show. Yeah, so the keyboards, I can't get a good angle. But yeah, the keyboards just have a few different keys. So up here, up here there's a switch between the different inputs, and then down here is a switch between the different alphabets. And I don't know what this one is. I don't. Yes, and there's two. Yeah, there's two other selections. So what happens? The odd thing about input on a keyboard, because there are, I don't know how many. There are like 2,000 Chinese characters. I think Japan only uses 900 some. But that doesn't fit on a keyboard, obviously. So they still phonetically. So they have their phonetic libraries. I guess they're kind of phonetic. I guess they're phonetic libraries of like 50 characters. So those are what you can input on a keyboard, and then you'll use a menu, which is accessed by one of these buttons, to pull down the actual Chinese characters that you want to convert what you wrote into. So there's very few sounds. There's only 50 sounds in the Japanese language. So you're basically tapping or entering the sounds of the word and then choosing the kanji. And you can get pretty fast at that. And the most popular or common ones will be at the top of this list. But you're constantly like inputting, converting to different alphabets. And so it's an odd way to type. And I don't know how fast you could actually type that way. But yeah, the Japanese input system is a little bit funny. And you've got to go through and select some of the... There's certain markings, like kind of diacritical markings, or I'm not sure what they're called, but they modify the sounds of things. So there's little markings that change, like a ka into a ga kind of sound, or they do different things just by the little marks. So a little what look to be quotes or a little circle changes the sound of something. And so you also enter those as well. So it's a very it's a little laborious, but I think it works better than simplified Chinese for the most part. But still, it's a little clunky. And that's why a lot of students like to do the 12 key. They've gotten really fast at inputting Japanese with the 12 keys of the old mobile phones. So they still do that for writing. They can actually do faster writing in Japanese than a full like QWERTY keyboard. Anywho, let's see. Sorry. Oh, so I went through that whole thing and you Googled it anyhow. Oh no. Yeah, and Japanese keyboards are weird because they annoyingly. Oh, I'm using the wrong keyboard. They annoyingly change the location of like the asterisk and what is going on here? Sorry. Yeah, they changed the sorry. Change the location of just a few keys, or the @ symbol, and certain things are in different locations. So it's really frustrating to touch type. If you switch it to English language, it's frustrating to touch type because you're making these weird mistakes. So where the quotes and brackets, and the @ symbol are in different places. So that's weird. All right, so something about the last remaining slices. Okay, let's try something like this. Now let's see. Consisted. Last remaining. the remaining slices, the remaining... Something Simple was now the lone survivors. Most popular desserts. I should just do more toilet paper jokes. The dessert tray was now all the lone survivors of the most popular of the once was now only the lone survivors of the most of the nights. Oh, there we go. That's another misplaced key. Where is that? It's above the 7. No, it's not. It's here. Shit. Where is it? There it is. Here. Okay. The dessert tray was now only the lone survivors of the night's most popular desserts. I think that's as good as it's going to get. It's pretty wordy, though. Rejected. Yeah, I like the rejected ones. Yeah, right. Totally rejected dessert. The lone survivors. I'm not sure that's how dessert trays work, but that makes the most sense. Okay. Let's see. Was difficult to explain page. Is that a hyphen? Turbing. As form of media control. Let's see. Something about turning pages. What are we doing here? Let's see. That's not. It's not funny. It's just odd. Next page, next. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, that's good, Joe. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's see. So, so it's made to feel as lesser entertainment. So lacking buttons did not make. Ugh. Did not make him a lesser form of entertainment. Zero the spaces. A buttonless. Buttonless. Lacking buttons did not make him a lesser form of entertainment. I like that. Tools of the family, though. That fits very well. Come on, move this up. Lacking buttons did not make him new. Should I reverse that? So he was not a lesser form of entertainment because he lacked buttons? No, lacking buttons is good. Only one button on the remote. Lacking buttons did not make him a lesser form of entertainment. Yeah, I think that's gonna. Yes, no buttons on the book. Or he wondered where his buttons were. Yeah. Or no one could find the button. Yeah. To turn to the next page. There's got to be a better way to. No one had a button to get to the next page, to turn the page. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no buttons on the book. Did not make him a lesser form of entertainment. Yeah. So, yeah, he was meant to feel bad because he didn't have buttons. I think that works. Zertray was now the lone... Was now only the lone survivors of the night's most popular desserts. Oh, hey! Thanks for the follow. Wooloo wibble wobble. Warbles. Yes, a beard stream. And it's getting worse. The more self-isolating I do, the worse it gets. Sorry, so let me see. So let me know how the audio is. I've got the microphone in a weird position, but I think it should be okay. It doesn't seem to be as loud as it usually is, but should be okay. Oh, a Twitch follower too. Thanks for the Twitch follow. That's great. I do not have enough Twitch followers Oh, good. I'm glad the audio is good. Excellent. Yeah, so I'm drawing my cartoon on stream. So I do this weekly on YouTube and Twitch for anybody that's watching for the first time. And this is the really boring part where I'm writing the joke for the cartoon and trying to do it out loud, so at least it's something to listen to. But I've finished the drawings and now just trying to write the joke. Let's see. Something. Yeah, it was all. Who was the next to go? Who was the. Yeah, no fun. No fun on the books. Now the lone survivors. Well, they're not on a tray, so maybe I can get rid of the dessert tray idea. So slices a So yeah, maybe give up the dessert tray idea because it's not really pictured and they're not really like lined up in a way that they would be presented. So a group of slices, a set of so protesting or gathering to, let's see. So desserts just wanted the ability to not only come at the end of the meal, like so to come at any, to be served at any point in the meal. This is so clumsy, not interesting. They had just realized the meal was 4 courses of dessert. Joe is going to hell. Yeah, maybe like there's some isolation of the pink, the pink dessert. Yeah, definitely from the yeah, so her ideas about dessert being served anytime. Dessert being an entree, dessert not being confined to Joe can start an erotic dessert cartoon. Let's see. So her idea that dessert could come at any time during the meal were groundbreaking. Her idea that dessert no so yeah, everyone being made uncomfortable. Yeah. Slice. All right. So the idea of does it starting a meal or she casting couch cake. That feeling when you're the best looking piece of the last tray of desserts. Nice. Ah, yes, yeah. So yeah, so she told herself it was just dessert tray envy. Herself. Rest of the desserts. Just kidding. Best looking. Lots of oink. I like lots of oink. Lots of pink around. Oh, okay. So she told herself the rest of the desserts only envied her strawberry intensity. There's a weird phrase. She told herself the rest of the desserts only envied. Oh. Strawberry intensity. She told herself the rest of the desserts only envied her strawberry. Maybe put only down here. Try that again. This tiny keyboard is very slow. There, it's a little more balanced. She told herself the rest of the desserts only envied her strawberry intensity. Erotic dessert cartoon. I'm sure it's got to be somewhere. Erotic dessert. Yeah, I think it would have to be drawn in a different style, a much more graphic, shiny style. Yeah, I think that works. It's odd. I like strawberry intensity is a weird phrase, so I think that works. She told herself the rest of the desserts only envied her strawberry intensity. And liking buttons did not make him a lesser form of entertainment. I think so. Whoops. I think you have something there. I think Woololo has a good concept. That's the birth of a great idea. You could definitely that could definitely go somewhere. Yeah, there was the one cartoonist. I think his stuff appeared in Playboy a lot, and it was just balloons. Like he would most of his cartoons were just balloons talking to each other. And yeah, you never know. Erotic, so we'll have to do that. That'll have to be a separate live stream. Yeah, erotic dessert cartoons. Yeah, you could definitely. Yeah, there's definitely enough weird imagery. Yeah, you could definitely get away with that. There's all kinds of roll cake and fresh cream and everything to make that all work. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's going to have to do it for me. Like I said, I've got a daughter stuck in the land of Fortnite that I need to rescue. But we'll continue this erotic dessert discussion next week. So send me all of your ideas, and we'll draw something for the stream. Nice. Well, thanks for joining me, and so no erotic cake streams. We'll have to find some platform that works on. Maybe we'll just do a giant Zoom chat. Okay, let's let's wrap things up. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate in my take care, K5, and I appreciate all the input. It's always fun to work on these with feedback and with people actually enjoying the missteps and the wrong way that things go. But I think we came up with a couple of decent cartoons, so thank you so much. And this cartoon is at abusecartoons.com. You can follow me on Twitter at abusecartoons, and of course both Twitch and YouTube have an archive of this live stream. So I do this every Tuesday my time, so like Monday, crazy late Monday evening, maybe early Tuesday morning your time. And so I will be back next week. And if you'd like to support the cartoon and see the live stream happen more often, consider pledging or becoming a patron at patreon.com/abusecartoons. And take care, everybody. Joe, K5, Plexus, I think we lost you, Sedona. Everybody that was on stream, I appreciate it. And thank you for the new follow. And bye, Lash Ready. See you next week. Everybody take care and stay safe. And I will be back again with more of these cartoons. And take care and see you next time. Goodbye.